What if I told you that Dragon Ball Z isn't an anime? It's a cultural juggernaut that has shaped generations, influencing everything from cartoons to hip-hop music. After months, years, and over a decade plus of watching and researching Dragon Ball, what I have found is truly eye-opening. I'm out of sight and we don't do intros over here. Let's find out how Dragon Ball Z helped shape the entire global entertainment industry and pop culture. Hip-hop is an artwork that has influence on all types of genres, but many don't talk about how hip-hop got some of its influence from other shows, and in this case, Dragon Ball. Hip-hop's golden age of the mid-80s to late 90s almost fully coincides with the rise of Dragon Ball. This explains the relationship that the two seem to have, and nobody even saw it coming. I mean, even today on YouTube, you can type in any song, and I bet it got an AMV on YouTube. AMVs, or anime music videos, featured various different artists. We can arguably say that it derived from Dragon Ball, and you could say that because this was one of the first animes to get an AMV. These are fan-made, of course, but if that don't settle it for you, real actual artists acknowledge the greatness of Dragon Ball, so that just show how much of a cultural effect it had when it became popular in the US. I mean, artists was mentioning Dragon Ball in their own songs.
Cotton candy, Majin Buu. Prayer whistle me into song air. Dying laughing with Krillin saying something about blonde hair.
Bitch, I look like Goku. Bitch, I look like Vegeta. I'm hopping at that old school.
Lil Uzi go Super Saiyan. Hey, that bitch, she told me she take it. Hey, I still fuck her and she take it.
Bender. I was 9 trying to draw Dragon Ball.
Next, let's look at some of my two favorite Chicago artists, King Von and Lil Durk, and how they was talking about Dragon Ball Z or referring to it.
Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon was the best one. Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon.
I ain't never cut it on, man. I ain't never watched it.
He ain't no TV. That's the fucking wood.
Man, he did nothing.
That's all you gotta say is that he beat around the bush. You got motherfuckers Vegeta, Gotenks, Trunks, Piccolo, Majin Buu.
You know some names. I only know like 2 names.
Gotenks.
Hey, my brother used to cut Dragon Ball Z on. We used to get to fighting in them motherfuckers.
Grew your hair back out.
No, for sure. That's the energy.
Yeah, man. Now you dyed it, man.
Yeah,
what is this? What is this? Blonde? What?
It's blonde, but it's like goldish blonde.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
Super Saiyan?
Yeah, like Goku.
Hip-hop raised generations of us. Dragon Ball's influence on hip-hop is undeniable, and it created a synergy between music and anime, which had not been done before. But Dragon Ball's reach did not stop there. It transcended cultural boundaries while leaving a mark on Western animation, as well as other animes and comics. The iconic series of DBZ sparked innovation and creativity. Many can argue that these still resonate today. From its dynamic storytelling and unique art styles to its memorable characters and fight scenes, Dragon Ball set a new standard for entertainment in the animation world. Western cartoons began to draw inspiration from these elements, crafting similar themes and aesthetics to captivate their audiences. I mean, just look at these two, for example. Teen Titans and Avatar adopted action-packed sequences, reminiscent of Dragon Ball. The influence is evident as there is a huge balance of drama, humor, and intense action, much like what Dragon Ball exemplifies. As we shift our focus to Western animation, watch this video right after this one. I'll go more into depth about how some of these cartoons were influenced by animes and how they was low-key animes. It's a good video. Check it out after. Anyways, the ripple effect that Dragon Ball has left on Western animated series can be seen as this. In Avatar: The Last Airbender, the storytelling techniques was crazy, and the sense of character development was definitely influenced by Dragon Ball. Creators Michael Dante DiMartino, long name, and Brian Konietzko have cited that they drew heavy influences from anime. A Polygon.com article titled "Avatar: The Last Airbender took anime seriously, a few shows did" states that while a large majority of fans are still entrenched in online debates over whether Avatar's anime-esque qualities justify it being considered an honorary anime, what's undeniable is the fact that its creators, Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino, had anime on the brain while conceptualizing Avatar. This explains why in the series, Season 3, Episode 3, The Firebending Masters, there was a scene where Zuko and Aang did a ritual dance, and at the end, their knuckles were put together. This looked exactly like the fusion dance of Dragon Ball Z. Can't front, can't lie. This proves my overall point about the influence, and similarly, my favorite cartoon ever, Teen Titans, incorporated anime-style visuals as well. It had storytelling that created a hybrid style, appealing to a vast majority of the audience. The show's dynamic fight scenes, emotional character arcs, and intricate plot lines reflect the impact Dragon Ball had on its creators. This directly shows within the series of Teen Titans. In relation to the comics, Teen Titans obviously started as a comic, therefore it still also applies to them as well. But overall, Dragon Ball helped shape the landscape of the Western animation, and these two shows can be defined in recent memory. Dragon Ball's influence extends far beyond the world of animation. Much like how it reshaped the landscape of Western cartoons, DBZ left an indelible mark on the worlds of art, merchandise, and branding. Alright, so let's start with art. The distinct art style of Akira Toriyama has inspired countless artists on a global scale. From street murals to gallery exhibitions, Dragon Ball Z's iconic characters have found their way onto different pieces of clothing and pop culture. Dragon Ball is not just a show, it's a brand. Nearly every market imaginable had an influence from Dragon Ball. From action figures and video games to clothing lines and home decor, you'll be looking all day to find a product that has not been touched by the Dragon Ball franchise, like at all. The high fashion brands of Bape and Adidas have released Dragon Ball Z collections, which brings Goku and friends to the worlds of streetwear and high fashion. I ain't talking about slapping a character on a t-shirt, we talking about real, thoughtfully designed pieces that blend the overall DBZ aesthetic. But look, it does not just stop at clothing. The food and beverage industry also felt the Dragon Ball effect. In Japan, there's DBZ themed restaurants. You can find worldwide Super Saiyan inspired energy drinks, which plays on the theme of the show, you know, like power levels, energy levels, things like that. But the most fascinating part about it all is that Dragon Ball continues to reinvent itself and inspire new generations, even outside of branding, because of one man and one man only. Now let's shift our focus to something that's been a part of our daily lives for a minute, the internet culture. I can't say it, and I gotta admit, there can be moments where the internet truly shines and brings us all together. In the wake of Akira Toriyama's passing, rest in peace, a legend, the outpouring of love, respect, and gratitude was definitely shown worldwide across fans on social media. It was great to see the different tributes, favorite moments, and stories, how Dragon Ball impacted their lives. This testament showed how much of an incredible legacy that Akira Toriyama left behind, and it showed just how much this man and his creation meant to the world. DBZ brought us together, even in times of loss. Toriyama's influence goes even further beyond, if you know what I'm talking about. Dragon Ball and SpongeBob have been gold mines for memes over the years. I mean, the "It's Over 9,000" and the crazy faces that the characters make flow all across social media platforms. Goku transformations, nothing short of iconic. And when he recently went Ultra Instinct, I'm pretty sure he shut the whole internet down in 2018. Like, if you know, you know. Like, even Chief Keef, Sosa said it was kids out here drawing Super Saiyan 100, thinking it was real. Like, it really got crazy out here. But the memes aren't just for fun and game, as they reflect how Dragon Ball has deeply embedded itself into our collective consciousness. People who aren't even fans can connect with the jokes, and it helps keep the series alive. Akira Toriyama didn't just make a show, he created a global phenomenon that had major influence. A global touchstone that stood the test of time, continue to gain the hearts of new generations to come. But let me ask y'all, what's y'all favorite moments of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, or favorite memes or whatever y'all want to talk about? Drop a comment below. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. We coming over difference in school out now. I finished my summer courses and I'm back, man. But check it out though. Here are some cartoons that was low-key animated. Y'all gonna like it. See you in a few seconds.